Hey, it's Johnny. I want to give you guys 5 ways to break out of the NITI loop. Stay tuned. Alright, so the INFJ has 4 cognitive functions that they prefer in the top of their stack, okay? So they have dominant introverted intuition, auxiliary extroverted feeling, tertiary introverted thinking, and inferior extroverted sensing. Another way to look at it is they have 2 introverted functions and 2 extroverted functions. The 2 introverted functions are introverted intuition and introverted thinking. And the NITI loop is when we're heavily depending on and relying on or getting trapped in those 2 functions and not utilizing appropriately the 2 extroverted functions, extroverted feeling, abbreviated FE, and extroverted sensing, abbreviated SE. I'll just be honest with you, there's some stuff that you can't solve in the land of abstraction. In order for us to function in society and live, we have to extrovert ourselves. I would love it if I could take the trash out every day without actually having to physically take the trash out every day. If there was some way that I could theorize and speculate and ruminate and analyze my way to getting that trash taken out every day, I would do it. But you can't. You can't NITI your way to getting the trash taken out. In the final analysis, you have to get into that extroverted sensing, which is about the present moment and taking action, and you got to pick the trash up and take it outside. As introverts, we are most comfortable being introverted. So using those extroverted functions, while it's true, it solves a lot of problems and it gets a lot of stuff done. The natural tendency oftentimes for the introvert, for the INFJ, is to try to solve those problems, to try to get answers and solutions using only the introverted functions. And so we get caught up in this cycle where we're focusing on introverted intuition and introverted thinking. Now, you guys, that is a very general look at the NITI loop. The purpose of this video is not to go into great length about what the NITI loop is. Rather, it's assuming that you already have an understanding of it, or if you didn't prior to this video, you do have a basic understanding of it now. My purpose of this video is to give you 5 helpful ways to get out of it, to break out of it. And these 5 ways that I'm going to share with you, they're not the only 5 ways to get out of the NITI loop. They are just 5 that have helped me do it, and I hope that you are able to get some value out of this video today. All right, let's jump into it. Reason number 1, do something physical. Get up and go for a walk. Go out and play some sports. Go for a hike. Put a grocery list together and go shopping for essentials. Turn the camera on and press record. Get out there and do something physical. A lot of you already know this, but I used to weigh nearly 400 pounds. I've lost nearly 200 pounds naturally. You guys, I was trapped in a negative NITI loop for a long time. And I have found that just getting out and doing simple activities has made a big difference. A second way to get out of the NITI loop is to practice mindful meditation. This is also using extroverted sensing. And when I say mindful meditation, you guys, there's different terms for it, okay? It could be prayer, it could be silent prayer, it could be yoga, whatever works for you. I spend 5 to 10 minutes a day in the morning sitting down in a chair and deep breathing. Every time a negative thought comes to me, I pull my thoughts back into the present moment and focus on my breathing. Just a few minutes a day of that helps me break out of rumination and worry and fear. It's all too easy for the INFJ's mind to drift off into the future or the past, and it's difficult for us because of that repressed extroverted sensing. It can be difficult for a lot of us to stay in the present moment, and I have found that mindful meditation, deep breathing, helps me break out of an NITI loop. A third way to break out of the NITI loop is to tell a friend how you feel, express yourself. Now let me explain. I'm not talking about dumping on them, all right? You can call a friend up and you can just drone on about your NITI ruminations all day long, right? What I'm saying is express how you feel when you talk to the friend. There's a difference between expressing yourself, expressing your emotions and your feelings, and complaining, say. I'm not saying that all NITI looping is complaining or that it's negative. I'm saying whatever the negative NITI experiences that you're having in your mind, that you don't have to convey that when you're talking to a friend. There is a way to communicate how you feel using extroverted feeling without droning on in an NITI loop. So science and psychology has been able to identify 4 main basic emotions. There are many more emotions than just these 4, but those are subcategories of the main top 4. The four universal basic human emotions are happiness, sadness, anger, and fear. INFJs are often amazing and excellent at being able to tell what other people are feeling. INFJs often absorb the emotions of other people. But if you ask a lot of INFJs honestly, they will tell you that they at times can have difficulty expressing how they feel. It can be very healing to call up a friend or perhaps see a therapist. And if you're depressed, I would suggest that you talk to a therapist. But if you have a friend you can talk to, or a loved one, or just maybe a coworker that you confide in, that you guys have some trust there, you can break out of an NITI loop by sharing how you're feeling. It sounds so simple, but you guys, it's not easy to say, I'm feeling sad today and I don't know what to do. I'm afraid of what might happen to me or my family. I'm angry that things aren't working out the way I want them to. Do you see? Express how you feel. Talk to a therapist or a counselor or a trusted friend about it. You'll feel better. A fourth way to get out of the NITI loop is to do something nice for someone else. Now, this might seem counterintuitive, right? Maybe you're sad, or you're depressed, or you're just having a rough time, or you're trying to solve a problem in the land of abstraction, and you're stuck in this vicious NITI loop. Well, go volunteer. Go walk the dog at the animal shelter. Help an old man walk across the street. It makes sense that if you're stuck in an NITI loop, that using your extroverted functions can help you break out of it. I'm not saying that it's a bulletproof cure. I'm saying it will help. And believe me, I understand that there are some INFJs out there who give and give and give and give, and they never get anything in return. And maybe they're in a place right now where they just don't have the ability or the capacity to help another person because they're so focused on getting their own needs met right now. Look, I understand that, okay? I'm saying that there are ways that we can use our extroverted functions that can help ease some of that pain that we may be experiencing in an unhealthy NITI loop. And I have found that I feel better about myself when I am able to help other people. And we need to have balance. INFJ, again, if you're depressed, please speak to a therapist or a counselor. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, take as much time for yourself as you need to get well and to get healthy and to feel good. And if you wake up one morning and you feel like you might have enough juice to put something out there and to help another person, go volunteer. Go do something nice for someone else. You get into that extroverted feeling. It could be something as simple as encouraging a friend. I think that you'll find that it will help you with the negative aspects of an NITI loop. If you guys are getting value out of this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. All right, so the fifth way to get out of an NITI loop, this might be my favorite one on the list, and for INFJs, this might be your favorite one too. This fifth one, in my opinion, it balances all the functions, and that's why I saved it for last. Not only can it get you out of the NITI loop, it can get you into extroverted feeling and extroverted sensing, and it can help to balance all four functions in a healthy way that can put you into what's known as a flow state. Some people call it getting into the zone. There are a lot of different terms that can be used for this. INFJs are very creative people. We are creative. In my opinion, there is nothing as healing as doing something creative. Because here's the thing. Hear me out on this, you guys. So a lot of you know I'm a musician and I'm a songwriter. Here's what I love about, for example, creating music. I can be in a full-blown NITI loop, but I can sit down at my piano and I can shift my perspective onto other people who are hurting, other people who are struggling, the hurts, the pains, the emotions, the feelings of other people. That is my extroverted feeling. And the actual physical activity of playing the piano is extroverted sensing. For you, it could be anything. It could be painting. It could be music. It could be writing. It could something creative. INFJ, you probably have creative genius within you. You are creative. Tap into that creativity. You guys, I'm not going to say that all you have to do is these 5 things on this list and your NITI loop will be cured. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it has helped me enormously. And my sincere desire is that the ways on this list will help you as well. Thanks for tuning in today, you guys. I'll talk to you in the next video.